everybody, and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is The Thunder Show. Chardonnay, very much going through a change, and today we're going to get a little educational, have a lot of fun. We're going to talk a little 2013. What does that mean, Mott? That means that we are going to talk about the future market, where I see the world is going, and we're going to be talking about unoaked, aka naked Chardonnay. So I'm really excited about today's episode, and I'm awfully jazzed up to do it for you. A couple things that we need to clear up before we get into the wines. You notice there's two wines here, the Sansera Rioja and the Linda Flor Malbec. I'm trying to save myself from emails because I'm getting so many, so I'm going to address a couple things right now to save myself. Over 30 people a week ask for, Gary, tell us the wines that you're going to do ahead of time, and we will buy them and taste together. So what we are going to do, Mr. Mott, is we are going to do the two of these wines on August 24th, a Friday night in a couple of weeks. So we're going to put a link. Brandon's creating a little kit. We're going to sell these for $44.99, and we are going to offer free shipping, because that's how we do. We want to take care of the Vaniacs. So these wines come to like $49, $40, $50 or something like that. We're going to do $44.99 and free shipping, which is a tremendous opportunity for a lot of people. These two wines will be on the show on the 24th, which is a Friday night. So gather your friends. You can get a lot of people together, and you can taste along. This way I can save myself a crap load of emails each week. Link down below. We're calling it the WLTV free pack or something. So we will be doing these soon. Please join us on the 24th. That's a lot of fun. Wristbands, the new ones. I know you like them. They come from Mars, the whole nine. These have finally shipped out starting today. You'll be getting them over the course of a couple weeks. But you people in Zaire and Sweden and Portugal and Panama and all the other places, Hong Kong, it might take a little bit longer. But now, Mott, I just eliminated another 30 emails a day on that one. So, one last thing. I want to go retro with WLTV. I've been really thinking about, my little baby that now has become a little bit more grown. And I've been trying to think about all the past things. And one of the things that we don't do anymore that breaks my heart is where we had the Vaniacs, when we had 1/20th of what we have now, send in videos to do the intro instead of me. So, if you're up for it, and you've got a camera, or even an iMac, or anything, please send in your version of the opening of the show, and we'll let you take over for me. Please do it. I'd like to see at least 10, 15 videos. Mott, your email below, because you know you're getting them. Yes, don't shake your head that way. That's right, Mott's email below. Please send him your video, any kind of quality. It was a lot of fun. Remember Brandon M's little girl? That was awesome. There's a lot of people doing cool stuff. The Spider-Man, cool stuff. Send in your videos, the alteration or the variation of the way I open the show. So let's get into the wines, because I've been yapping a whole lot. And you notice, you may think that this is a screw top episode, but you are wrong. We're just showing, this is very ironic. These four wines were all unoaked, and, I picked them. I told them to bring them up. And ironically, every one of them was screw top, Stelv enclosure. So, obviously these are progressive wineries. I had a little smoke in it. It was kind of long. Very progressive wineries. Yes, I understand these may not be as romantic as corks, and definitely, probably, I did it perfectly so it wouldn't hit the lens, probably a little bit more dangerous for me to throw them at the lens than the corks. However, they are a tremendous closure for wine, clearly the future, and something else that is the future, what I believe, is unoaked Chardonnays. I've not had any of the four of these. I'm super excited to do so. This is the Tolosa 2005 Edna Ranch No Oak Chardonnay. This is a $12 wine. This is completely aged in stainless steel. And that's what you're getting. You're getting stainless steel instead of oak barrels. So what you're getting is no oak monster. Or supposedly there should be no oak monster. And what's really exciting about this trend is these wines remind me much more of what's going on in Chablis, which is an area I adore in white Burgundy. This is a movement that started probably in the New World, because the New World, California, Australia, these kind of places, were really focused on oak. But you started seeing in the late 90s, New Zealand and Australia start coming out with these things called unoaked Chardonnay. And slowly but surely, you started seeing a little bit of rumors and murmuring and whispers in the corner of the wine world in California in around 2002. But now you're starting to really see it, where people really, this has got a big little badge that says no oak. I mean, this is really Naked Chardonnay. I mean, people are really starting to push this style because I think our palates have changed in America a little bit. We're looking for a little bit crisper, cleaner wines. Plus, when they are malolactic fermented, they get a secondary flavor. So what happens is what wineries were doing for a while when they were malolactic fermentation were taking the malic acids and turning them into the lactic acids. And so what was happening was malic was kind of like an apple, and lactic acids become in the body kind of like milk, and so what basically happens is, what happens is your wine puts on enormous weight. You do get that buttery characteristic, and that was all the rage from the 80s through the 90s in California Chardonnays, but clearly there has been a revolt. There's a lot of revolting going on in the wine world these days, and so there was clearly a revolt lately over these over oaked wines, hence the oak monster. And so I'm excited about this movement as a whole. I think it's got a lot of opportunity to really change people's perception on Chardonnay. A lot of people who are watching right now have completely jumped off Chardonnays, are drinking New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs and Sancerres and different wines. These wines may be the caveat to bring you back to Chardonnay, which has so much character outside of the oak that is brought that it's been really disappointing to see it kind of fall into the zone that it has fallen into. So let's start right away with the Tolosa, and I'm excited about this because that's for all the maniacs that aren't watching today. And let's give this a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Really nice nuttiness coming through. I spilled a whole lot there. Really nice nuttiness. Are your Thundercats on the way? Some peeps emailed me yesterday. I'm excited about putting some more Thundercats on the show. Real nice nuttiness coming through. Little hint of apple peel, which is quite nice. I think like peanut butter paste without the peanut butter, like a pasty kind of element coming through on this nose. It still has, a little bit of a burnt wood aspect to it, even though there's no oak. So, the Chardonnay grape naturally kind of kicks that kind of action at you, but it's not too over the top. Let's give it a whirl. Right away, when this wine hits you on the palate, you'll notice the acid levels are so much higher than what you're used to from California. As a matter of fact, it reminds me much more of a really sharp Riesling from Austria than anything else on that kind of attack on the palate. This wine is very fresh, very clean. A little dull, I have to admit. There's not too much going on, and the alcohol is spiking me a little bit more than I would have liked. The alcohol content is 14.2 on this, and without the oak and the butter kind of hiding it, it's true that it's a little bit hotter than I would prefer. Clear-cut integration of apples and pears, but the heat is a problem on this wine. I'm going to score this wine 84 points. I'm not feeling it. It's a bad start for this movement that I believe in quite a bit. But what I will tell you is it's a style that some people may like because the acid level is so high on this. And there's people that love that crispness. This would go great. Even though it's a wine that I feel is weak, and hopefully some of these others will do a lot better job of this. But this is a wine that makes me think goat cheese all the way. That's what I wanted to have here. I knew I had the Thundercats, I had the Caps. Remember, I'm doing the food theme. No goat cheese. Shame on me. I'll have to come through stronger tomorrow. Anyway, these are kind of wines that you want to seek out for goat cheese because the acid levels cut through. It's really, really cool. Again, a little bit of a weak effort. Could have been better. Let's move on. Four Vines, 2005, Santa Barbara County, Naked Chardonnay. Four Vines, a very popular winery, doing a lot of good things. A lot of you have emailed me about Four Vines through the years, through the months, and this wine is $9 US. So we're talking about a very intriguing and exciting price point, one that is very fair. 9 bones. I mean, everybody can enjoy a $9 price point. I sure do. Let's give this a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Again, very fresh. I'm getting watermelon peel on the nose in this wine, which I like quite a bit. I'm also getting a little hint of mango, which is very subtle, but it's there. Kind of like crappy mango. Like it's already sliced up for you and you buy it at the supermarket, so you know it's not that fresh. So you kind of lose the freshness of just peeling it yourself, but it's still there. So this is watermelon peel meets crappy mango on the nose. get this taste. $13.9 alcohol content. I'm going to give this wine a very big compliment. I've been tasting a lot of unoaked Chardonnays lately, and what I feel that they lack that makes Chardonnay so exciting is body. The secondary malolactic fermentation a lot of times brings that body to it. The oak just gives it more weight. This wine, though it's completely stainless steel, has enormous weight, dramatically more than Tolosa, dramatically. And it's a couple bucks less, 25% less, 9 bones. Very nice body weight. Let me give you one more sippy sip. Again, great acidic balance though on this wine. Really beautiful pear peel. You're getting pears and apples much more than buttered popcorn on both of these wines. I like the richness. I'm really shocked how heavy and complex this wine is. This is the movement. This is the wine. I'm going to score this wine 89 points, which is awfully high for California Chardonnay, under 10 bucks. Probably the highest I've personally scored anything in a long, long time. Years maybe even under this point. This is the kind of wine I like. I wouldn't say it's got Chablis-like characteristics because that would, kind of make it seem like it's got more of a mineral and a bluestone component that it does not have. That's what's holding it back from being completely like, holy, just losing my mind on it. But it's very pretty. It's got like a dandelion, almost like grassy knoll complexity to it. I like that quite a bit. Mixed in with the apples and the pears that I've mentioned. And a beautiful lemon peel. Lemon zest. Almost like, actually like bite an apple, bite a pear, and then take a lemon and squeeze it like I did that grapefruit on Conan. Right in your mouth. You're going to get that kind of This is good stuff. This is extremely impressive. 4 vines. I give you 4 thumbs up on this wine. Let's go 89 points, $9. A must buy if you want to experiment. If you've been off the Chardonnay bandwagon, like most of us have, this is the one you need to try because it can completely re-index the thought process of what Chardonnay from California can be. I am very impressed with this wine. That's cool. That's really good wine. Let's go to Oregon. Chehalem, 2006. Inox, which is another word for stainless steel. Chardonnay. Now this is made from Dijon clones. This wine is $17 US. And I'm very excited about trying this. Look at the glass. They went with the clear glass. The color is clearly very light. This looks more like, a muscat from the Beaune, from the Rhone region than anything else, Beaune de Venise. It's very interesting. 2006, the bubbles are absolutely popping like it's hot. It's like pop your collar. The Inox is popping its collar right here live for you, for all the maniacs. I just think the Chehalem's showing off. Now, 17 bones, obviously a different price point. The Big O, Oregon, is really starting to make some really interesting wines outside of Pinot Noir, so don't pigeonhole the Big O. And I'm excited about trying this. Dijon Clones, which is a great clone of Chardonnay from Burgundy that, it makes some fantastic wines in the New World. So this should be very interesting. Again, lighter than the last couple by a little bit. There you go. And let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Aromatically, the best wine, no doubt. Right off the bat, this is beautiful on the nose. Oof, I get a major sense of tropic papayas come to mind right off the bat. Ooh, this is pretty. Very floral in its approach as well. Very perfumey. I mean, I feel like I'm walking through Bergdorf's and all the pretty girls are like, hey, stop here. I'm like, yeah, kind of. But it's definitely very perfumey. It's almost like if you walk through Bergdorf's with a bag on your shoulders filled with papayas, and as the ladies that are trying to squirt you with the perfume, you're pelting them with the papaya. Come on that kind of scene, walk through that kind of scene, and that's exactly what this smells like. Papaya tax and perfume at Bergdorf's in New York City. Maybe we'll do that one time, tape that. That could be kind of interesting. Very attractive nose on this wine. Let's give it a whirl. This wine makes me stad. Did I say stad? What's S-T-A-D? Can we Google that? This wine makes me very sad. Let me tell you why. This wine is so close to perfection in this thought process, especially with the price point, the quality. The nose was amazing. You know I love the bouquet. Get on the nose bandwagon. Holla at me if you are a big nose in wine fan. Please. Did I just say holla at me? I'm never saying that again. Anyway, this wine is so close to perfection. It is only too hot. I just scrolled down, 14.9 alcohol. It's just too high. I have a feeling that it might have got away from the winemakers at Chehalem. I really do, because this wine is so complete, so well made. I love the mango, papaya, tropical essence of this wine. Again, very perfumey, almost a lychee in its approach. I get almond shell on this wine. This is what I am looking for. Very crisp, almost a grassiness component that makes New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc so fun, but very subtle. Almost like a very dry season in New Jersey with the weeds, like a field that's been burned. Not burned, but like, you know, fried, like everything's, it's like brown instead of green. Yeah, just kind of got that kind of flavor component. People on the West Coast probably know that a lot better than I do, but I get that kind of component aspect on this wine. This wine's so close, but the heat on the mid palate to the finish hurt it. This wine gets hot. I feel like I'm Puff the Magic Dragon, that if I go right now, not only will the camera be gone, but the monster will be also completely taken out. Luckily it didn't happen, so maybe I'm a little wrong. However, this wine is too hot on its finish, making this wine an 88 point wine. This wine had 91, 92 point potential in my mind. Again, points mean nothing, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, just a hint on that finish. Really, so close. So close. It's like 95% of it is a better wine than the Four Vines, and then that last heatness on the finish, the alcohol coming through a little too high, really hurt it overall. It really does hurt the overall experience. Otherwise, it could have been real nasty. We could have gotten real excited. And finally, very serious stuff. This is the Silver Unoaked Chardonnay from the second label of Maris-Soleil. This is made by Chuck Wagner, the winemaker of Camus. This is $28 US. This is part of the Camus family. We're talking royalty in California. No, I mean, just kudos to respect to what Camus has accomplished. Maris-Soleil is an amazing Chardonnay. This is the Silver line, which is their second label, I believe. Maybe it's a totally different line. I'm not sure exactly how that breaks down. $28 US, the most expensive of the bunch. 28's fun because it's Curtis Martin's number. I always prefer $28 wines. Again, you'll notice there's a Fritz action going on. So these wines definitely come with the acidity. The fritziness is having a lot of fun. This is really going. This is almost worth, just watching this is kind of worth the price of the admission. And now it's done, Mott. You missed it. Sleeping at the wheel. Sleeping at the wheel. Dark glass. Dark glass. Let's give us a little bit of a smell. You can tell in the color, though, that this is the darkest of the whole gang. So that's kind of neat. Let's give this a little bit of sniffy sniff. Again, these are clean wine. I mean, this is really where Chardonnay can really... It could be a phoenix. It could be a rising. It could be a rebirth of Chardonnay culture in America, or at least excitement amongst the people that really are into wine of Chardonnay, because these wines really are more interesting. I think that it allows the grapes to speak for themselves when they don't go through the wood. I feel like you're getting more true essence of the ground, the terroir. I feel like it's truer. It's not being masked. You know what? It's almost like the pretty girls that don't wear makeup compared to the ones that just wear makeup, even though they're pretty. They don't need to wear the makeup. I almost feel like that's what Chardonnay has gone through. We went through a makeup era in California where people felt like they had to mask the flavors or bring the flavors that people wanted. But you'd be surprised, ladies. Most guys like the fresh face look. Mott, you more of a makeup guy? No, see? That answers everything. All right. On the nose, this is bringing an enormous amount of thunder. This wine is bringing the thunder on the nose. Once again, taking the level up. This is now the Aromatic King. You know, it is absolutely the Aromatic King of the four wines right now. Bringing beautiful grape nuts with apple slice component on the nose. I love the graininess. I love grape nut cereal. That's coming through very obvious to me. Again, mangoes are a common theme. I think Chardonnay just brings that flavor that gets masked by the oak. Overall, naturally, I'm getting that once again. I'm a huge mango head. Very nice. Let's give this a whirl. Somebody help me. What's the name of this guy? This is cool. This guy's cool. He's like strong and big. Anyway, this wine has the biggest weight of the entire crew. It's almost shocking that this is stainless steel. It shows the purity of the fruit. It's got big balance. It's acidic as heck. I mean, it is bouncing with acidity all over my mouth, which is going to be a huge turnoff for a lot of people. However, if you're a person that likes Thai food, if you're somebody like spicy food, I think this acidity can be a tremendous asset. Let's talk about the food aspects of these wines. There is no doubt in my mind, hands down, for cuisine in America, that these wines are far more flexible. Think Mr. Plastic, it can really do its thing. Plastic Man, not Mr. Plastic, right? Plastic Man, he was funny at the things. Anyway, these wines have the ability to be flexible with cuisine. I think they are far better, far better matchings, pairings with food than their oaked counterparts. Though this is over acidic, it is. This wine needs to be with food. And I think that the alcohol's in line. I think the flavors are very strong. I like the body that the wine has in the mouth. It's just really thick, very heavy. I like that. I like it because I believe I'm getting best of both worlds. It's got great heaviness, but not overbearing, cloddy, buttered, milky components to it. Still very crisp, very clean. These are true wines. There's just something about the way these wines are being made. I'm going to score this wine 89 points as well. I'm not going super crazy for it. And, for three times the price of this is, the Four Vines is the clear, exciting wine in this bunch. But, this is a very interesting movement. I'm very excited, very ambitious, very behind this movement. I really hope a lot more California wineries decide to go this way, because I think that we're getting better wines to go with food. And let's not forget, think about, and here's the question of the day. What is your percentage of wine without food or with food? This is where it gets interesting, Mott. This is where we get to the core of why I believe that this is a movement that's important. I'm really curious. Maybe I'm wrong, but I want to see your breakdown percentage-wise. Give me 100%, 85% of the time with food, 15% of the time without food. I want to know your wine consumption percentage with and without food. Big ups to SS Chris, who maintains Gary's scores up here. If you want to see my scores from any show of any time, go up here. By the way, if you want to know if I've ever done anything, there's a search box right over here. Please use it on WineLibraryTV.com. Please use it. So many people are asking me, do ice wines? And I have to send that link like 13 times. So, big ups to SS Chris. He went away for a couple weeks. This morning I noticed he did them all. The man's a maniac. He's fantastic.
Within a day.
Within a day. He's just tremendous. That kind of commitment. That's why the Vaniacs rule. I expect the Vaniacs to send a lot of videos, Mott. I do expect the Vanios to send in pictures with the wristband. They're not going to let me down. We've spent thousands of dollars sending them out. They're not going to let me down, are they, Mott? Because you, with a little bit of me, we are changing the wine world, whether you like it or not.